The 45th President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, is one of the most controversial figures in world politics. During the short period of time he was in power from 2017 to 2021, Trump engaged in many activities that captured attention of the entire world. Real estate developer and businessman turned politician, Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in New York, to Frederick Trump, a real estate developer, and Mary McLeod as the fourth of the family of 5 children. He attended New York Military Academy and Fordham University in the Bronx for his education. To learn more about Trump's life and the journey of presidents from their inauguration to retirement, check out Commander-in-Chief Chronicles. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all of our latest videos. Trump graduated from the Wharton School of Finance and Commerce of the University of Pennsylvania with a bachelor's degree in economics in 1968. He was released from the military draft in 1968 after getting diagnosed with bone spurs. After graduating, he started working full-time under his father, managing the holdings of rental housing units, which included approximately 10,000 to 20,000 units. Trump's housing developments in New York City, Ohio, Norfolk, and Virginia were sued several times for reasons such as violating the Fair Housing Act and racial discrimination against minority groups, including African Americans. During the late 1970s and 1980s, Donald Trump expanded his father's business by investing residential properties and hotels around areas like Manhattan and New Jersey using his father's financial assistance and political connections. The opening of the Grand Hyatt Hotel in 1980 is one of his main projects at the time. The Trump Tower, Trump Plaza Residential Cooperative, the Trump Park Luxury Condominium Complex, and the Plaza Hotel were some of the other development properties by Trump. He also started investing on casino business at that time, including properties like Trump's Castle, Trump Taj Mahal, and Trump Plaza. Trump's first wife was a Czech model named Ivana Winkelmeyer in 1977, whom he had 3 children with, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. Trump married Melania Trump, née Noss, in 2005, who became the second foreign-born First Lady of the USA when Trump became the president in 2017. In 1990, Trump's businesses were hugely affected by the U.S. economic recession. Most of his casinos went bankrupt, and he had to sell some of his properties in purpose of reducing the ownership stakes in them. This led to decreasing his net worth from $1.7 billion to minus $900 million. However, Trump bounced back with the assistance of the Deutsche Bank in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Deutsche Bank extended a credit of hundreds of millions of dollars for projects including Trump World Tower in New York and Trump International Hotel and Tower in Chicago. The success of the Emmy-nominated reality television series The Apprentice, which revamped as The Celebrity Apprentice in 2008, also earned him approximately $200 million over the period of 16 years. He started marketing his name Trump as a brand in other business ventures. The mortgage company, Trump Financial, was one of these attempts. The Trump Entrepreneur Initiative, which was formerly named as Trump University, an online education company, studies promoting on real estate investment and entrepreneurialism, was another attempt. However, it ceased operating in 2011. Following the lawsuits alleging fraud by former students and the Attorney General of New York State. His charity, The Trump Foundation was terminated due to a lawsuit accusing of using the charity's assets illegally to fund his presidential campaign in 2016, which he agreed to settle. He was also credited as co-author and published on his business career, which included books such as Trump, The Art of the Deal, Trump, The Art of the Comeback, and Trump 101. The Way to Success. Trump's run for presidency is something he had been hinting since 1980s, though those were dismissed by the media as publicity stunts. He published a book sharing his political views of a conservative economy and a liberal society, titled The America We Deserve. He maintained a high public profile with the Republican Party in the 2012 presidential election, his false claims against then-President Barack Obama gaining the public attention. He announced his participation in the 2016 U.S. presidential election, advertising the slogan "Make America Great Again." In his campaign, he promised millions of new jobs, the revival of coal industry in U.S., to withdraw America from the 2015 Paris Agreement on climate change, and to ban Muslim immigrations, among other things. In his tweets and speeches, he often included racist and sexist slurs and insults directed towards the rivals, which caused many controversies in his presidential campaign. However, despite the rocky start of the election, the controversies regarding the website WikiLeaks and the accusations of sexual harassment against him, Donald Trump was elected as president with Electoral College vote by 304 to 217. Although he lost the nationwide popular vote by over 2.8 million, it was no harm for his claim for the presidency. Trump inaugurated as the 45th President of the United States of America on January 20, 2017, taking oath of office. In his first week as the president, he signed 6 executive orders, including withdrawal from the Trans-Pacific Partnership negotiations, planning the constructions of a wall along the U.S. border with Mexico, and the precautions of repealing the Affordable Care Act. Mike Pence was his vice president. Trump also appointed his daughter, Ivanka Trump, as his assistant, and his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, as senior advisor. Under his administration, America withdrew from the Paris Agreement in June 2017, and the budget for research on renewable energy was also reduced. During his presidency, many social issues occurred regarding the discrimination of LGBT community, mass shootings, and gun violence. When concerning the pardons and commutations he granted, most of the people received those were connected to Trump politically or on a personal level. Trump's administrations enforced severe immigration policies against immigrants from the Central America, and the number of refugees admitted into the U.S. was reduced drastically over the years. Trump described his foreign policy as America Frost. There were some unpredictable measures taken by him when concerning foreign relationships regarding Russia, China, North Korea, Middle East countries, and European countries. During his time in the White House, a significant number of the Trump staff had resigned or been dismissed. Despite his promise to eliminate the national debt by the end of his presidential term, it increased by almost 40%, reaching $27.75 trillion. Like all the current leaders, COVID-19 pandemic was one of top challenges Trump faced. His initial response was to dismiss the threat and calls for actions to control the spread. He focused on the economic and political effects of the pandemic more. However, with the pandemic growing in the following months, he put the blame on the state governors, media, and the World Health Organization. By the time of the 2020 presidential election, handling of the pandemic became a major issue for him. Trump was impeached for abuse of power of Congress in matters concerning Ukraine in 2019 and for gathering a violent mob of the Capitol when Electoral College voted were being counted in 2022, becoming the first U.S. president to be impeached twice. Trump lost the election to Joe Biden by 306 to 232 electoral votes and by over 7 million popular votes. Donald Trump became the first former president to be charged with a crime when he was indicted by the Manhattan grand jury in 2023 related to hush money payments made for two women in 2016. As a leader, Trump had the courage to say and do what he believed, no matter how it was received by the public. His confidence and attitude of ever quitting made him successful as a businessman. However, his abuse of power, disrespect, and indecency towards anyone with opposing ideas to his, the me-first attitude, and never admitting to his mistakes were some of the factors that made him lose the presidency in the end. Thank you for watching. For more content and the stories of remarkable world leaders, subscribe and stay tuned.